Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the Detroit Lions this season, you know it's been a roller coaster, but one that's been filled with resilience, grit, and a determination that's truly inspiring. The Lions, after a somewhat shaky start, have shown that they're not just a team that can bounce back from setbacks. They're a team that's ready to fight tooth and nail for every inch on that field. And there's a lot to talk about when it comes to roster moves, strategic decisions, and what they're doing to keep that momentum going. So, let's dive into the latest updates that could have some serious implications for the Lions' future. Recently, the team made a notable move by releasing Ronnie Bell from the practice squad. Now, Ronnie Bell, for those who might not be fully caught up, is a wide receiver who played for Michigan Wolverines before signing with the Lions. He's been a part of the organization for a little while now, and the decision to part ways with him wasn't easy, but it's part of the ongoing roster management that every NFL team has to go through. Lions are clearly looking to fine-tune their squad, and sometimes that means making tough decisions like releasing a player who's shown promise, but perhaps isn't fitting into the current game plan. Ronnie Bell's departure emphasizes how competitive and strategic the team is, always aiming to optimize their roster for success. In a corresponding move, the Lions brought in linebacker Ty Summers to the practice squad. This isn't just a random addition. Summers brings some valuable NFL experience. He's had a brief stint with the Lions back in 2024, participating in training camp for a couple of weeks before being cut prior to the start of the season. Now, he's back, and this time, he's looking to make a bigger impact. Summers, at 29 years old, has already seen action with the New York Giants during the 2024 season, primarily on special teams. He recorded a sack, 2 tackles for loss, and a total of 10 tackles during his preseason time in Detroit. His experience and versatility make him a potential asset for the Lions, especially given their current need for depth on defense and special teams. Right now, Detroit has an open spot on their 53-man roster, and bringing in someone like Summers could be a strategic move to bolster that unit as they push forward in this season. Now, if you're wondering about the bigger picture here, it's important to understand that these roster adjustments are part of a larger context. The Lions, through the first 4 games of the 2025 season, have demonstrated a remarkable level of resilience. After suffering a tough loss on the road to the Green Bay Packers, many fans might have expected the team to falter or show signs of doubt. But instead, Detroit responded in a big way, rattling off 3 consecutive wins in convincing fashion. That's a testament not just to the talent on the roster, but to the leadership and the mental toughness that head coach Dan Campbell has been cultivating. Campbell's leadership style emphasizes accountability, discipline, and a relentless focus on improvement. His words often reflect a team that is deeply committed to their goals, and his emphasis on resilience is more than just talk. It's a core part of their identity. In his recent comments, Campbell highlighted how the team remains laser-focused on their objectives, despite external pressures like social media critics or the inevitable ups and downs of an NFL season. He pointed out that the players are disciplined enough to block out the noise, coming into the building every day ready to work and improve. The most important thing, Campbell said, is what my teammates and coaches are saying and where we need to get better. That kind of mentality is what separates good teams from great ones. It's about small details, like hand placement or release techniques, that make the difference between a win and a loss. And Campbell also emphasized that their core remains strong and resilient, which is exactly what you want to hear as a Lions fan. The team's mental toughness and unity are key ingredients if they want to keep competing at the highest level. Looking at the roster, these moves reflect the Lions' ongoing effort to stay agile and ready for what's ahead. Releasing Ronnie Bell might seem like a setback for some, but it's really a strategic choice. The team's wide receiver room is deep, and they're constantly evaluating how to get the most out of their personnel. Bringing in Ty Summers, especially with his experience on special teams and his previous familiarity with the Lions' system, could give Detroit an edge in certain situations. It's all about building a roster that's versatile, disciplined, and ready to adapt as the season unfolds. The NFL is a game of inches and adjustments, and the Lions are showing they're not afraid to make tough decisions to stay ahead. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The Detroit Lions, for a long time, have been seen as a team with potential but lacking consistency. But in recent seasons, especially under Dan Campbell's leadership, they've started to turn that narrative around. This season, they're not just chasing wins, they're building a culture of resilience and accountability. Their ability to bounce back from setbacks, like that tough loss to Green Bay, and then rattle off 3 straight victories, speaks volumes about their mental toughness. It's a team that refuses to fold, refuses to let external distractions derail their focus, and refuses to accept mediocrity. Statistically speaking, Detroit's defense has been impressively stout, especially considering the injuries and roster shuffles they've endured. The addition of players like Summers to the practice squad could bolster their depth even more, especially on special teams, which is often the unsung hero in close games. Special teams, as many fans know, can swing the momentum and make or break a game. Having versatile players who can step in and perform under pressure is crucial, and Summers' experience makes him a valuable piece in that puzzle. On the offensive side, the Lions have been working to optimize their passing game, with Jared Goff leading the charge. Goff's leadership and accuracy have been key factors in their early season success. The wide receiver core, including Ronnie Bell until recently, has been developing chemistry, and even though Bell is no longer part of the team's immediate plans, the coaching staff remains focused on maximizing their core weapons. The team's offensive line has also shown resilience, protecting Goff and creating running lanes for their backs, which has been fundamental to their balanced attack. As for the division, the NFC North has been fiercely competitive. The Lions are aware that every game matters, especially against rivals like the Packers, Vikings, and Bears. The recent victories have not only boosted morale, but also positioned Detroit as a team to watch in the NFC landscape. Their ability to adapt, make smart roster decisions, and maintain focus under pressure is what can propel them toward their ultimate goal: another Super Bowl appearance. The journey isn't easy, and the NFC North is full of talented teams, but Detroit's resilience, strategic roster moves, and leadership have them in a strong position to challenge for the top spot. And this leads us to the broader implications of these roster moves. Releasing Ronnie Bell and adding Ty Summers might seem small in the grand scheme of things, but in the NFL, every detail counts. It's about creating a roster that's flexible enough to handle injuries, strategic enough to exploit matchups, and disciplined enough to execute under pressure. The Lions are clearly in that mode, constantly evaluating and adjusting to stay ahead of the curve. This season could very well be a defining one for Detroit, a season where they prove that their resilience isn't just words, but a way of life. This approach of resilience and continuous improvement is what makes the Lions such an exciting team to follow. It's not just about the wins, but about how they overcome adversity, how they stay disciplined, and how they keep pushing forward no matter what obstacles come their way. Fans can be proud of the culture that's being built under Campbell, a culture rooted in mental toughness and a relentless pursuit of greatness. The addition of players like Summers, the release of Bell, and the overall strategic mindset of the coaching staff all point toward a team that's serious about making a deep playoff run and ultimately competing for that coveted Super Bowl trophy. In conclusion, the Detroit Lions are demonstrating that they're not just a team riding the wave of early success. They're a team that's committed to growth, adaptability, and resilience. Their roster moves reflect a strategic mindset, aiming to build depth and versatility while maintaining the mental toughness needed to win in the NFL. The journey is far from over, but with each decision, each game, and each step forward, the Lions are proving that they're ready to face whatever challenges come their way. The NFC North better watch out because Detroit is not just here to compete, they're here to dominate. Their resilience, leadership, and strategic moves are setting the stage for what could be a historic season. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.